Hello and welcome, this is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more of the Beast and Exploration DLC for Battle Brothers. We just came out of a fight against some giant spiders, and that's one of the enemies that are part of this DLC. And if I remember correctly, this town had an unhold problem. Whether or not that's still going to be there by the time we get back to town, I'm not sure, but we should be prepared for it either way. And looking at Arnulf here, he's pretty injured, so let's go ahead and replace him. Also, Herman, yeah, he's fine. So typically he is one of our normal starting crew. Dietholm's pretty good, but not as high level and not as good. Well, actually, no, they're about the same level, but not as good as far as range skill. And we have this guy to throw stuff. That's what he's there for. So, yeah. All right, so we're more or less ready to go. Just had a little bit of switcheroo. I'm a little concerned though because Hans doesn't have the spear mastery ability yet, but one way to get it is get him experience, so we should probably have him in some missions here. Alright, let's go ahead and get going and get our pay for this mission, which is actually pretty good. It was a 3-skull mission if I remember correctly, having taken it. Now, food's a little bit of a concern, but mostly we're going to come in, get our pay, and see how things go. Okay, Liebwin of Weidhoff meets you at the town entrance, and there's a crowd of folks beside him. He welcomes you warmly, stating he had a scout following you who saw the whole battle unfold. After he hands you your reward, the townsfolk come forward one by one, many of which are reluctant to stare a sellsword in the eyes. But they offer a few gifts as thanks for relieving them of the web-necked horrors. Okay, so we get a little bit of food. I was just concerned about that food. And there we go. We're getting some food from the villagers, so that's nice. On top of the... I think this is what we were offered before, so we just got some mushrooms. I don't know how much we got. We'll have to take a look at that. As a matter of fact, let's just go ahead and leave. And okay, so we're up to 60. We probably just got one. Yeah, one thing at 10? No. We got, it looks like 35. Unless we already had those mushrooms, I'm actually not sure. Alright, we'll just sort things up here. So yeah, we are really low on food. But that is something that we are going to have to concern ourselves with. Okay. Let's look back in the village. Okay, so the unhold thing is gone. At least I remember there being unhold. We have disappearing villagers instead. How much does this town like me? Very friendly. Alright, what is all here? We've got a tavern and a barber. Nothing really that exciting from that standpoint. Marketplace. We have some boards, but they're being sold at kind of a premium. So we have a 3-skull mission that's probably the disappearing villagers. And we have a 1-skull mission, which is a faction mission. I don't think we've done any faction missions yet. I've kind of had it available for a little while. This part might be slightly ahead of the other ones, so maybe we've done one for these guys. Alright. Now, as far as those guys go, though, they're pretty centralized. I would say it's, you know, this faction and this faction are the most centralized. They just have a couple outliers. Rosenvig, I think, was the name, right? I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it, too. Rosenving? They are very large, so it's kind of problematic with their faction things. I'm not 100% on this, but some of the faction things seem like they're particular to that region. So, like, if I left here and I went over here, that contract wouldn't be available. It could just be the passage of time, too. I'm not really sure on that, but it seems like sometimes that's the case. But at the same token, this could be a entirely faction-wide, so I could get a job for all the way over in Gronenberg or all the way over in Kochendorf, depending. So, well, it wouldn't hurt to look at these various missions, see what they are. I'm tempted to do the one that is faction, but let's at least see what this is. Ian the Treasurer is rolling a piece of bark between his fingers, like a gambler's coin. He sighs and throws it across the table. I've been receiving stories about lumberjacks and peddlers going missing in the woods. Some say the trees are coming alive to have their revenge. But that sounds like hogwash to me. Either way, a sum of coin has been ready to help solve this issue, and I'm willing to dispense it. What say you, Sellsword? Are you interested in finding whatever monsters are hounding this town? All right, this actually sounds like the other one of the... Well, I mean, there's many different creatures that were added in with this DLC, but this sounds like another one of the ones. I believe they're called Shrat. They're more or less the living trees. This might be one of the enemies we have a real hard time with. That's indeed what we are going to be facing. All right, the curse can help, but for the right price. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Okay, he puts his hands on your shoulder, smiling reaffirmingly. I think I know an adequate compensation for your services. You get 610 crowns in advance, and another 2,450 when the job is done. I think this may be one of the highest paying jobs. I don't remember. The one with the witches may have been, or witch, it was a singular witch. That one may have been the highest paying job. I'm not positive on that, though. But let's say we need to be paid more. Okay, he's going to say no. I'm going to accept the offer, but I'm going to say I would like to... Yeah, it's not giving him a specific on what's killing the people here. I'm going to say I want to need some time to think about it. And I'm purely doing that because I want to look at this contract first. Okay, Baron Hank von Perowingers laughing to himself in his chair. He also got his head buried in his hands, like some sort of jester hiding a giggle. Not the best look for a man. He turns up to you, weary-eyed. Greenskins are rampaging again. I don't know where they are, only where they've been. You know those signs, right? You nod and answer. They leave a large footprint, and I'm not just talking about their feet. The man laughs again, but it's a pained one. Well, I clearly need you to do something about them. Are you up to it? Well, we do have a thing to take care of orcs. The problem with the description greenskins, it's not really specific. It could be either one. Typically, I expect it to be goblins when they say greenskins, as they tend to just say orcs when it's orcs, but sometimes it could be both, or either, I should say. All right, let's talk crowns. Okay, he's talking 780. That's pretty good for a one skull mission. Although at this point, a one skull mission for us is still kind of higher tier. So I will say we need to be paid more for this. He's going to say no. I'm also going to accept this one. I don't know if he said where. It will give me an idea here. So Gronenberg. So kill marauding greenskins around Gronenberg. So that's the far west for this faction. I'm also going to say I need some time to think about this. Okay. So with that in mind, as far as the strategies go, obviously the one mission is going to keep us within the vicinity of this town, which could be good, especially if we're low on food. How many days worth of food do we have? 2. Now, I don't know how long it would take me to find the bad guys that are in this area, whatever they may be. But Gronenberg's clear over here, so I definitely need food for that. Right now, food is too expensive in this location, at least in my mind, because of this. It's not terrible, but I would prefer to not have to pay these exorbitant costs. So I'm thinking we do the mission that's here, even if it is very difficult, and we go from there. The problem with that idea is I think these are going to be Shrat. I think they are. I don't know for sure, because it didn't tell me, and it could be something else. This game sometimes likes to throw you curveballs. If it is Shrat, we need ways to deal with them. And I have faced them before in my other playthrough, and I know they're very difficult. And this being 3 skull, I don't know how many of them are going to be. If there's a lot of them, this could be a mission that gets people killed, because Shrat are extremely dangerous. If there's only a few of them, I would say 3 of them is actually difficult for us. Any more than that, I think this mission's almost impossible. But with that being said, if we have the right tools, maybe we can do it. So let's see what we can do with this mission. The big problem with Shrat is they can hit you from further away than just right next to you. So a spear wall is going to be meaningless. We have to be able to break. They more or less have a shield. You have to chop that down if you really want to do serious damage to them. So we're going to need axes. And I do have these hand axes. I also have hatchets. So we could get what we need through that. Like, for example, we could switch out this guy's Morning Star and give him a hatchet instead. That would not be a very difficult decision. So it would be that. Probably actually free him up of some fatigue penalties. And then we would want to go to my other men. Like, for example, Trust the Sergeant, that's an easy choice because he doesn't have a mastery, so you're not really overcoming anything. Another example is Hans. Hans doesn't have a mastery, so we can give him an axe, and it wouldn't really be that big of a deal. So we have one more hand axe. We also have the woodcutter's axe, which I could dole out if I wanted to. Big problem with the woodcutter's axe is you don't have a shield. Although, I think with the Shrat, I don't know how much use you actually get out of a shield. I'm not really positive on that. How do we want to do the axes? I think having one in the kind of in the middle. What I'll do, because I have my polearm guy over here, because this guy also has the ability to chop shields down. So we've got this axe, we've got this axe, we've got this axe, and this guy with a hatchet. So we've got 4 guys that could potentially chop down the shields. Now, they're not going to have a lot of shield break capability. This is going to be all right, but we'll have to see. I'm kind of worried about this mission, but we could always abandon it if it looks like it's crazy. We'd lose maybe some relationship with the town, but I think we take it. There's a number of reasons why I want to. First off, it's because it's one of the enemies that is part of this DLC. All right, so, and if it's not Shrat, we can always go back to a more typical loadout for our men. Okay, I accept this contract. And it looks like we may already have tracks on the map that we're supposed to follow. Okay. Do I grab some food anyway, or do I just wait? I say we wait. We could always go back to town if it's looking dire, like we're going to run out of food. All right, let's leave. And leave. Okay, so I see tracks running across here. But I don't know if that's our objective. Well, we can find out. And I guess we'll find out pretty quickly what it may be. Okay, they are Shrats. There are 3 of them. I think we can handle 3. More than that, I would say no. We want to fight them in the open rather than the forest. So it looks like they're going to come to me. Alright. You spot pairs of green eyes glowing in the distance. No doubt, a sight of the Shrats themselves. And so you order your men to clamber toward them quietly. Cresting a hill, you find the trunk of one tree is surrounded by dire wolves. They're crouched beneath it like knights swearing fealty. Your arrival has not gone unnoticed as the Shrat leans forward with a seemingly ancient crooning, yeah. The creatures at its roots growl and turn as though commanded. You're not sure what to make of such boreal allegiance, but the curse will break them all the same. Oh, okay, so this is actually looking a little bit more dangerous. Ugh. All right, so Spear Wall is still going to be effective against the dire wolves, but the Shrat and the dire wolves, that's a problem. Maybe we can take care of the wolves before the Shrat get here, because Shrat are kind of slow. So we do have that a little bit of an advantage. I would have preferred to just fight the Shrat, though, because that 3 of them is quite a task. Alright. Let's, so you can see their little arm here. That's a shield, more or less. He even says armed with a shield. You will not do much damage to them when you attack them when that's up, so it'd be nice if I actually hit. There we go. And my goal here is to kill the wolves as quickly as possible. That one's fleeing, so let's go to ones that still have some semblance of morale. I'm going to hold because we may be able to back up. I'm not sure if I should go after the one that already has the morale penalty or go after a different one. Alright, that's the decision I made. I'm going to hold for now. We'll see what we can do here. I think I may have to be aggressive. But for now, we're going to hold with anybody that's not already engaged. You should have javelins, right? Yeah. Alright, let's throw one here. Throw another one here. Alright. We're going to hold. Still hold. Okay. And that one's gonna retreat. The other thing is Shrat are, they are always at the low end of the initiative poll. I kind of wish I could back off here, but I don't think I can get away with it. Let's just kill some of these. Maybe it will affect the morale of the others. I should have moved forward, because now I'm in a situation where I can't really do much. We're just going to have to... Because I never got that polearm ability with this guy, so... Yeah, I'm just going to have to unturn and not have anything done. That's a real waste. Okay, you're going to step in. Poke this guy. Killing him. And... I don't want to get that close to the Shrat, so... I think I come in here. Hit this one. Them two. I'm going to move to here. I'm going to chuck a javelin at something. Let's say we throw it like that. After I kill the dire wolves, I may just run away. Depending on how things go. If I'm not giving you guys a good idea that I'm terrified of Shrat, there's a reason. Because the last time I fought one, it didn't go well. Let's put it that way. I'm going to hold here. I'm also going to hold here. Alright, we can do something with this. Okay. This one already has kind of bad morale, so I'll hit that. Okay, it's down. Well, it's not down, it's at least. Here I don't have a great shot, so I'm going to hold. Same thing is true here. I'm going to hold. I'm going to check at the one that's not running. Alright, they're starting to get close. If I can knock this one out... Ah. We're just whiffing. Alright. I'm kind of hoping we can do enough to just destroy their morale. And I guess killing ones is going to do that. Alright, we'll go after the one that we're more likely going to hit. This one's going to be harder for us. Okay, another one's going to be retreating. We're going to grab our hatchet. Now, this is in range now, so I'm really worried. Another thing that I have to be worried about is clumping myself up like this. This is actually not what you want to do against Shrat, because they can hit multiple targets in a row. So, really not ideal. Alright, so we're going to move up. Again, we're going to go after the one that is not running. Okay, good. We just knocked one down. I'm really unsure of what to do here, because I can go into this position and I can fire an arrow at something, but... Maybe I go here and fire an arrow? I'm just a little concerned that this guy's going to do damage to me and what have you, but... We gotta do what we can do. All right. Well, this is a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.